two people ingest the exact same meal. One body stabilizes, while the other experiences a localized autoimmune collapse in the joints and torso. Standard nutritional science operates on a baseline assumption. Certain dietary inputs, like leafy greens or lean proteins, provide universal biological benefits across all human populations. In the 1960s in South Korea, traditional medicine practitioner Dr. Dao Wan Kwan began formalizing a medical framework that challenged this premise. He proposed 8-constitution medicine. The thesis of this system is that human physiology is divided into 8 distinct biological blueprints, or constitutions. Under this model, chronic disease is a strict mechanical outcome of system instability, rather than a random infection or spontaneous decay. Dr. Kwan termed this state excess imbalance. It occurs when an individual's naturally strong internal organs are overstimulated, allowing them to overpower and suppress their naturally vulnerable organs. ECM treats food as a systemic perturbation. Every meal provides a mechanical input that either stabilizes or destabilizes the body's internal equilibrium. To map human physiology, 8-constitution medicine categorizes all individuals into 8 specific profiles based on their inherited organ hierarchy. This taxonomy is structured around 4 paired constitutional groups. The linguistic structure of the system reveals its mechanics. The suffix tonia on each label dictates the inherent dominance of a specific organ for that individual. In the first pair, pulmotonia indicates dominant lungs, while colonotonia indicates a dominant large intestine. The second pair details a dynamic between a dominant liver in hepatonia and a dominant gallbladder in cholecystonia. The remaining profiles, pancreatonia and gastrotonia, along with renotonia and vesicatonia, complete the taxonomy. These hierarchies are fixed at birth. They operate as inherited, unchangeable biological hardware. This record of ancient East Asian medical logic relies on classical organ terminology. While 8-constitution medicine utilizes this older vocabulary, it functions as a rigid, systemic classification distinct from general herbalism. Mapping the body as a fixed hierarchy of power dynamics suggests that systemic conflict is inevitable if the dominant organ is not continuously restrained. How does possessing a naturally strong organ mechanically lead to chronic illness? The breakdown begins with hyperactive stimulation. This occurs when an already dominant organ is fed an excessive amount of matching energy. The hyperactive organ expands to suppress its biological antagonist, crushing its natural counterpart's ability to function. This mechanical suppression creates a state of excess imbalance. Without organ harmony, the immune system's protective barrier fails, triggering the onset of chronic pathology. Individuals with colonotonia or polytonia are prone to specific outcomes like irritable bowel syndrome, lupus, and Parkinson's disease. Conversely, gastrotonia and pancreatonia profiles face severe stomach spasms, chronic migraines, and diabetes. To trace the mechanical route to arthritis, we can examine the hepatonia case study. The baseline structure for hepatonia features a naturally dominant liver or gallbladder paired opposite a highly vulnerable large intestine. When the gallbladder becomes overstimulated, it crushes the large intestine's function. This failure allows toxic accumulation to build within the system. This internal toxicity manifests on the surface of the body as severe dermatitis or arthritis. Dr. Kwan's guidelines identify arthritis as an external warning sign. The swollen joints signal that the body's internal organ harmony has been compromised. Chronic disease emerges as the predictable result of one organ winning an internal biological war too decisively. Within this framework, diet serves as the primary mechanical lever used to correct excess imbalance. Every food possesses an inherent energy that routes directly to specific organs, bypassing others. Consider the colonotonia constitution, characterized by a powerful large intestine and a weak liver. A patient might follow universal advice to consume beef, wheat, and dairy for their nutrient density. In colonotonia, these specific foods route their energy strictly to the large intestine, overstimulating it until it suppresses the vulnerable liver. As liver function drops, the immune system weakens, leading to digestive failure or the onset of arthritis. To reverse this, the Colonotonia diet shifts to leafy green vegetables, ocean fish, and white rice. These foods bypass the dominant large intestine, distributing their energy away from the hyperactive organ. Starved of stimulation, the large intestine calms, allowing the weak liver to recover and resume a stable pulse. In the logic of 8 Constitution medicine, a universal superfood for one system is a highly effective, slow-acting poison for another. 8 Constitution medicine reframes human physiology from a universal standard into an individualized hierarchy of organ dominance. Optimal health depends on precise internal mechanical restraint rather than universal nutritional enhancement. Strict adherence to a constitutional diet actively prevents an individual's hyperactive organs from bullying their weaker counterparts. When this equilibrium is maintained, chronic inflammation and systemic diseases are starved of the biological conditions they require to take root. Health in this paradigm depends on a delicate, actively maintained mechanical truce between our own inherently conflicting internal systems.